You know, we are happy here on the show to have Warren and Griffin as kind of a regular monthly guest on the show. And you know as well as I that very often that means you're going to see Mark Warren, John Mark Griffin, sometimes Hank Warren. Today we've got Fred Clellan back on the show.
Hello, thank you.
This is Derek Nelson. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
And
Thank
y'all
you.
are kind of a foot in either camp, right? You're sometimes in Cleveland and sometimes in Chattanooga?
Yes, so Fred and I are both in the Cleveland office, I would say about half the time. We've both got an office in Chattanooga as well, but we primarily handle the Cleveland work.
Well, then if you were doing the back and forth, you can speak well to something I wanted to talk to y'all about this morning. Because you are personal injury attorneys, so very often people probably come to you after a car accident. And I was driving to work this morning, and I come into Red Bank, and there's a shift in the traffic pattern. I do this every day, and yet today that traffic pattern shift was new to me. I could have easily had a wreck. The 75 corridor there by the mall is crazy with construction. Are you getting a lot of people having problems with car accidents these days?
We are. Folks generally are going too fast in these construction areas. When there's construction, it also means congestion. And so, you know, fitting a lot more cars in a smaller space. And so folks need to look out for, you know, especially some of these big trucks around them, because there's only so much space and everybody's got to go somewhere.
Right.
So, yeah, my advice would be slow down.
You said, Fred, that there's actually a law in the books in Tennessee anyway that you're required to get over a lane if there's somebody in the emergency lane?
I think we all know when a police officer is over doing whatever they're doing on the right-hand side and in the emergency area, that we're supposed to move from the right-hand lane to the left-hand lane. But there's even a law that says if it's just anyone over there, we're supposed to move over in order to create a safety area. So.
And yet, I mean, is there room for kind of interpretation? Because if you're too focused on, oops, I have to get over,
Yes.
you don't want to cause an accident that way.
Right, I think there is some concern, at least there's always been concern on my part, is if you take that too literally, you've got a car to your left and now you're moving on top of that car.
Right.
So you do have to be careful as to where you're traveling. And we do see we are seeing way more accidents from the interstate. I see on one of your screens that you have one of the T-Dot cameras on right now. And we do have access to the T-Dot cameras. We have exclusive access to get the videos of accidents that occur where T-Dot can get a camera. And we do see the trucking accidents that are occurring in the areas, especially with the congestion that we have, which is just, I mean, the 75-24 split is just...
There's nowhere to go anymore where you don't run into it, it feels like.
Or out by the mall.
For me, I'm not sure if y'all have had this experience, but it's almost been a pleasure to come to work over the summer because the kids are out of school. And I was thinking this morning it's going to be very different in another week or two when those kids are going back, and you're going to have to remember your school zones again, right?
Yes, yes, and of course, you know, if you want a really big ticket, go fast through a school zone. Nobody wants a big ticket, you know. Kids are the priority. That's why some of these speed limits are 15, 20, 10 even in some places, because, you know, these little kids don't know, and so anybody with a kid at home kind of understands kids are unpredictable. We want to go as slow as we can to keep our kids safe.
Talk to me a little bit, Fred, about the personal injury umbrella, because the car accident side of it's kind of logical, but you see people coming into the office giving you a call for all types of reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of other issues that happen besides car wrecks. Our firm does really, in general, the four main things we do would be automobile accidents. Then you have people that get injured on people's property. They fall, there's many times that if you go to various retails that the areas are not clear, and it can be very difficult for people and causes accidents. We also do Social Security work. So if people have a disability, we do a lot of Social Security work. And then the last one is workers' compensation, where people get hurt on the job. That's a very, while it often seems like that ought to be very clear, it is not clear. The law is not clear on that. And you often do need a lawyer to help you with that.
On the personal injury side of it, where maybe you've had like a workplace well, I guess a workplace injury would be workman's comp, but you're shopping someplace and you fall, or you're a small business owner maybe here in town and you want to make sure you're protected. Is that where you want to make sure you have enough insurance?
Well, you always want to make sure you're insured, and most companies do have insurance, and they do have normally a significant amount, and they should keep that insured. I would say to the small businesses, one of the issues that we see a lot of is that you're constantly putting your new materials in. So boxes are everywhere, and I won't say which stores are the worst, but there are some stores that are they have those everywhere, and it is a danger because the personnel are not, they've been told, hey, it's 9 in the morning, we need to get the shampoo out, and they have boxes of that, and it's just laying around in spots that are hard for others to see when they come around the corner.
Right, so be mindful of that.
Yes.
A lot of college kids are going to be heading off now in the next few weeks, which means either they're going to be totally away with their cars or frequently coming home. I know y'all have that Warren and Griffin crash app, right? Don't you, that people can download in case they are in an accident? It kind of walks them through what to do. It's best to go to our website to look at that, but okay. Yes. So if you go to our website, you will see the information of what to do if you're in an accident. What I would tell people to do is, number one, if you're hurt, make sure you report that to the police officer. I'm going to take one step back on number one, what to do. In the city of Chattanooga, if you do not call the police and tell them you need an officer, they may not come and give you a report. And it is so important to have the police officer arrive to give you a report, because at that moment, the officer takes a statement from both people. If you do not get that report, and later on in life you go, well, I think this happened a certain way, and the other person says, no, it happened a different way, there is not that third party who is there at the scene to make that help with that determination. Okay. So that is very important. I have about 30 seconds left, but you were going to say that after that, if you have been injured, make sure you get medical care.
Get your medical care. Yeah, it's important to get medical care. Make sure you get, if you need to go to the hospital, go to the hospital. Go to see your personal physician. You need to take those steps.
And if they try it on their own first and what they think is a minor thing becomes a little bit more important or more problematic, contact you?
Yes.
Okay, here's how you find them. WarrenandGriffin.com, you already know that. Their phone number up in Cleveland, 641-4878, and then downtown on Carter Street, 265-4878. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.